Ever feel like life is just one giant flood and you're desperately trying to stay afloat? Well, Flow totally gets it. This beautifully animated dialogue-free movie isn't just about animals surviving a mysterious apocalyptic flood, it's about us. It's about finding meaning, letting go and learning to trust others, even when life keeps trying to wash us away. Each character in Flow represents a different struggle, and honestly, you might see a little bit of yourself in them. Are you the independent cat, too stubborn to accept help? Or maybe the capybara, holding everything together for your chaotic friend group? The film doesn't just tell a survival story, it teaches us about fear, friendship, sacrifice, and that sometimes life forces us to move forward, whether we're ready to or not. For at its core, Flow is about resilience, sacrifice, and the emotional growth that comes with forming connections. Each character represents different struggles and transformations, all tied together by the overarching theme of finding the will to live. So grab your metaphorical life raft and let's break down the themes, symbols and meaning behind this remarkable story. The cat begins its journey as a solitary creature, content in isolation but not truly living. Surrounded by cat statues, it has built a haven that represents its past, potentially a remnant of a lost loved one. Its journey is first catalysed by the flood, forcing it out of its comfort zone. Initially, it resists companionship, seeing others as burdens or threats rather than allies. But through its experiences with the other animals, the cat slowly begins to form bonds. The turning point is indeed the bird's sacrifice, which profoundly impacts the cat's worldview. By the end, the cat is no longer simply surviving, it is living, having found meaning in relationships rather than solitude. The capybara then serves as a glue that holds the group together. Always selfless, always considerate, it provides a sense of stability amidst the chaos. It lives to support others, constantly ensuring the well-being of its companions. However, its attachment to the boat mirrors the lemur's attachment to material possessions. Letting go is a difficult but necessary step. Near the end, where the boat is trapped in the tree, the capybara hesitates, unwilling to abandon it. And only through the encouragement of the cat and the collective effort of the group does it finally find the courage to move forward. This moment reinforces the idea that support systems are essential for overcoming hardships and that the bonds we forge can ultimately save us. The lemur's journey is one of detachment, from superficial objects to deeper meaning. Initially, it defines itself through material possessions, hoarding trinkets as symbols of identity and control. But throughout the journey, its belongings are disregarded, lost, or destroyed by others. Each loss pushes the lemur closer to an emotional breaking point, culminating in the destruction of its prized mirror. This event forces the lemur to reassess what truly matters. The moment it chooses to follow the cat instead of clinging to material remnants marks its growth. It learns that ultimate meaning isn't found in objects, but in relationships and shared experiences. The dog's journey, however, is about loyalty, identity, and the struggle between old and new relationships. Initially, it follows its original pack, adhering to familiar but toxic dynamics. And when separated, it quickly adapts to a new pack, the capybara's crew, where it finds genuine friendship. However, upon reuniting with its old pack, it faces a moral dilemma: return to the group that wants to find it, or stay with those who truly care. When the pack influences the dog to break the lemur's mirror, it experiences guilt and realises the consequences of blind loyalty. Ultimately, the dog chooses to protect its new companions, solidifying its place in a healthier, more meaningful group. The bird, though, starts as a strong and noble protector, but quickly becomes disillusioned after losing its ability to fly. Unlike the others, it sees little reason to keep going, its will to live eroding over time. While the cat gains hope throughout the journey, the bird loses it. At the climactic mountaintop scene, the bird willingly ascends into the unknown, possibly sacrificing itself to restore balance, an offering to the gods perhaps. Whether interpreted as a spiritual ascension, a symbolic death, or a surrender to forces beyond understanding, the bird's fate contrasts the cat's decision to continue living. This moment highlights the divergence of those who find new purpose and those who, despite their strength, succumb to despair. Lastly, the whale represents quiet, unrecognised kindness. Initially feared and misjudged for its immense size, it is, in reality, a benevolent force that helps without expectation. It saves the cat from drowning, facilitates the boat's escape, and ultimately seeks companionship in its final moments. Unlike the cat, the whale's isolation isn't by choice, it is simply alone. The cat's final act of comforting the whale is a moment of profound empathy, thereby showcasing the cat's growth. In a world where outward appearances often lead to misunderstanding, the whale symbolises the importance of seeing beyond fear and recognising genuine kindness. At its heart, Flow is a meditation on life's balance, loss and survival, loneliness and connection, despair and hope. Each character's arc represents a fundamental human struggle, and their growth mirrors real-life emotional journeys. The film urges viewers to embrace empathy, face hardships with courage, and recognise the value of relationships. It teaches us that while loss is inevitable, the bonds we form and the lessons we learn guide us forward. In the end, Flow isn't just a survival story, it's a morality lesson in what it truly means to live. So what did Flow mean to you? Which animal and their character growth was your favourite? Let me know down below, and as always, thanks for watching, if indeed you still are.